Welcome to Big Brother, bitch. No one is there to make you feel comfortable. No one is there to make you be polite to you. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna argue with people. You're gonna have to get through it. You're gonna have to act like a fucking adult, Jedward. Continue.
Projecting. Everybody, and welcome to our last Celebrity Big Brother recap show. Now don't skip this part, it's very important. This is our last Celebrity Big Brother recap show. And I want to let you guys know, if you love these shows, if you want us to do more shows with reality stars, covering your favorite content, we really do need your help and support. Consider becoming a patron over at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get weekly patron-only shows, prize giveaways just for patrons, your questions asked to reality stars, and it keeps us bringing you new content all season and year long. You can also do a one-time donation over at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. If you want to see any of these shows back, check them all out and everything we've done this whole season over at yourrealityrecaps.com/CBB. And some great free ways to help support our shows is if you're doing any shopping on Amazon, start at yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. Or if you love audiobooks and you want to get like Nikki Graham's audiobook, you can sign up for a free trial. You get a free audiobook. Another great way to help us out for free at yourrealityrecaps.com/Audible. But we have so much to cover on this finale of Celebrity Big Brother UK. Let's get right into it. Oh, and if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up and subscribe. That really helps support our shows. And iTunes 5-star rating and a nice review. Now, for real, let's get to the show. Jason, how you doing? Not happy Jason.
What's up? Hey, how are you, Eric?
I'm not great either.
No.
I am so sick of losing.
Of losing what?
Everything.
Am I? Everything.
Everything. Do we want to start with 8BB18? Do we want to start with BBOTT? Do we want to move to the election? How about Celebrity Big Brother?
How about Celebrity?
I have no faith in humanity anymore.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I think our winner kind of does show that there is a little bit of humanity left in people, because she may have been the most entertaining character, but she was a nice person all the time. I mean, you can't really take away from her that she is someone's, like, nice mom.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a great point. I forgot we were watching Celebrity Big How to Be a Nice Person.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's not what it's about, but Colleen Nolan came in second in her first season, and she basically did the same exact thing that she did this season, which was nothing. So, an upset, but not a complete surprise. I kept saying on Twitter all this time that I don't think people realize that Colleen sort of has like an old Hollywood thing around her. She's not Hollywood, but in UK celebrities, she's someone who deserves respect compared to, you know, some of these new kids who are mostly known for tabloids and bull.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I guess we shouldn't be burying the lead. If you're watching this, guess what? Colleen won.
Yeah, Colleen won. It's Colleen. But I mean, The Loose Women is a major show over there. It has been for a while, and it has a major viewing audience. So, yeah, Colleen came through with the surprise win.
Well, I just really appreciate, of all things, and we'll go back because we definitely have stuff to talk about from earlier in this week where we left off, but I just have to say, I am very proud of you. I know that you disagreed a lot during this season with Jedward, and I really appreciated your official tweet saying that you were devastated that Jedward lost and that I was correct and they should have won.
That's been doctored, just like most of the things about me on Twitter. No, that is not everything I ever said. I am happy that Jedward did not win. I was supporting Kim to win, but I think that Jedward didn't win is mainly the reason I'm okay with Colleen having won.
Really?
Yes.
And remind me.
You just hate someone so much that like anyone is better next to them. Like never Trump, never Jedward.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I just watched Trumped on Showtime, and okay, I'm just saying, everyone, we'll talk about that on a late night hangout show. So I'm getting started. Yeah. I mean, who was your pick with on BB Spy? Wasn't it?
I picked Kim. I've also been looking, obviously, in the UK. They bet on this and stuff, so I was looking around, and a lot of the tipsters were tipping Kim to win, but had the best odds for Jedward to win. So it really looked like Jedward was going to win, and that maybe the underdog that might come in would be Kim. I was thinking that Kim, regardless of how absolutely insane she is, she was one of our main characters. But I did let some tweets out yesterday that kind of endorsed someone else other than Kim, and I think it kind of surprised some people, but it was a joint endorsement to both of them. I think the only person that I saw as a winner other than Kim is Nicola, because Nicola has been the main protagonist to Kim the whole time. Even before Kim, Nicola was causing arguments and all this type of stuff. So if we never had Kim, Nicola would have been our main crazy that was starting shit, and therefore our main character. So I'd like to see people that are main characters. Nobody wants to see the secondary or the third dairy, all these random people that got 4 DRs the whole season win. Like, nobody cares about Jamie winning or anything like that. So Nicola would have been a justified winner, in my opinion. Obviously, she is not going to come out with a good perception from a lot of people, but I don't really think Nicola went in with the best public perception. So did she lose anything? Probably not.
I agree with you. But do you remember? Our chat room will remember. They'll keep us honest. Do you remember who you said you thought would win?
And I think I was putting money on Ray J.
No. I meant last week.
Week.
Didn't you say James C?
I did say I wanted James C to win last week. That is actually what I did say. And I would have been happy with James C to win too, because I think that he did it nice. He actually gave us more funny moments than Colleen necessarily did. So I would have been okay with James winning, but the longer the week went on, the more I realized I don't want Bear to win, obviously, like what we dealt with last year. Like, don't talk about Bear. But I wanted someone who had done something. So I felt like, looking back, it was really Kim and Nicola are the only two that I could say, yes, you really did something the whole time you were here. Episodes weren't boring because one of you were going to act a fool.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I was just going to start screaming, who are you, what, James C, where, and what's, I can't.
Well, it's the nice people thing, and that's the difference between UK Big Brother and US Big Brother. US Big Brother, obviously OTT was different, but in a standard numbered season, it's not about, being nice or anything like that. So, in the UK, you get the bit of the backlash of, sometimes we are going to give it to the boring person that's been entertaining. I mean, there's a lot of, especially celebrity UK winners, that I don't understand how they won it all. Like Gary Busey won. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people that are quite surprising, but the show only goes on for like a month, and then you quickly forget about these people. They throw another one in. And, CB is a more revolving door than normal Big Brother is. So even when it's a bad winner, you're like, listen, we get 2 seasons of it a year. Like, we can move on and get over it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. We get 2 seasons a year. Oh, and we should probably say, if people didn't see the tweet, it'll be a treat later. Apparently, Celebrity Brother really likes our shows, and they said if we're doing it for Celebrity Brother in the summer, we want to give you exit interviews.
Hey, I can't believe that we're even on their radar at all over here in the tiny country of America. But it's good to see. I feel like the endorsements internationally kind of go one way. A lot of American fans watch the UK and watch Australia, but I don't know how much of foreign BB is interested in our BB. But hey, BB UK, we see y'all. We love you. We out here.
We do. We love you. And somebody who's just such a huge star on our Big Brother should totally play on yours.
I won't be quiet, Eric.
don't even call over here for that couple of shit. That's not happening. But that one over there, celebrity. Yeah, I think, I'll say it now. I'll say it now since we're talking a little bit about Nicola, and then we'll go back to the beginning of the week. Here's what's crazy shocking to me about her. Okay. I legit do not feel like this looks anything like her. I'm not kidding. I didn't know who it was. Like, I knew that it was her talking, and then I looked up and I was like, what? Who is that? Like, that looked, I feel like she transformed her whole entire self.
Yeah.
To be some, like my body. What's her name? Anna Nicole.
Anna Nicole.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously she's a celebrity, so she knows how to beat that face right. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure Bianca was helping her out with makeup too. Obviously, they got all done up to the nines, and sometimes we go, who is this person? Because we've watched you walk around in PJs this whole time. But I'm someone who likes that really, because yes, I get done up when I know it's something important, but I walk around that house, you know, with my baby chest out and my hair a mess, and you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things when you're living in that scenario, you don't feel like you're on a TV show. But when you have to go out and do a live interview with Emma, you know it's a TV show, so you're going to be looking extra right. But yes, the juxtaposition of how she has looked is funny. Obviously, I liked her comment about Kim's hairpiece, but then people came back to me and was like, well, what about Nicola's bad extensions? And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to touch that.
I learned all about extensions the other night. They're flame retardant.
Who did you try to light on fire?
First of all, I just suggested cutting hair off someone in front of you in the movie theater. I also learned that extensions cost like $300. So.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They are expensive. You know what else is expensive, Jason?
I don't know. A pass to heaven?
No. A lawyer. Like earlier in the week where we left off talking about all the courtroom drama, but we didn't know who was getting the boot, and it turned out it
was Jamie.
Were you shocked that it was Jamie that got the boot first?
I was not shocked. I think that Jamie had been struggling the whole time in public perception to try to come up, and there has obviously been so much Danielle Lloyd PR on the outside. She's been making her money while he's been in there, which, I mean, that's what they all do, is use whatever they can for tabloids or whatever. So between her in therapy and all this stuff, I think that she gained a lot of sympathy from the public, which made him look even worse, even if we don't know anything about their story or their life, and we don't know any of the tabloid, stuff. I think it would still make him look bad that she's on the outside being able to play the sad role, or being able to, give interviews that are going to gain her sympathy. It was never going to work out for him. And the Bianca thing, especially once Bianca sort of admitted that she's got someone on the outside, that should really affect her perception. But I think it was one more thing that we tacked on to Jamie, because we already tacked on so many negatives to him.
What did you think about the rage that they had, or not rage, but, their concern and being upset over watching the clip of Callum? My favorite part of CBB UK is how they will just show the other people the shit they say.
They will put your business out there on Front Street. I feel like it's been since BB UK, like Time Bomb, which is like summer of 2015. They stopped doing just tasks that were just tasks. And now if it's a task, it's going to cause some drama. Someone's going to get exposed, and we're going to show what this one said to this one and this one. I definitely think it's interesting. It was interesting to see how Jamie and Bianca reacted towards that. And Jamie looked like he was almost trying to choke back a laugh. Like, well, Callum has called it correctly, which I think Callum has called it correctly, but he's just as boring as both of them. I think that if Jamie and Bianca are not a real relationship and are doing it for Stephanie, Jeremy, Marnie, all the tabloid, fodder that comes afterwards, it's not going to last very long, because they're not interesting characters. So what the hell are you going to write about? Like, what the hell kind of stories are they going to have? They're boring, and I can't see them being together for that long.
You don't. So what is your official how long are you giving them officially?
Oh, they'll be done in under like 2 months. They'll be done before like March or something. What are we on? February 4th?
Right.
Yeah, we got like 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm a pessimist on love, so who knows? They could be married tomorrow.
I'm gonna give them to the summer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give them longer than Janatalie.
Okay.
Longer.
How long were they together?
I don't know. Not long.
Well, I don't really know because I was away, but
I'm gonna say longer than Janatalie, less than I should have said longer than Clay and Shelley, and less than Janatalie is what I meant. Whatever. I've killed the joke, so let's just move on. But you're right with Callum because he immediately followed Jamie. Next.
Yes. This was a shock. I actually did not expect Callum to come out this night. I knew that his perception was wearing, and I knew that he was losing people. So I knew that he was going to come out towards the first half of finale, but I was not expecting him this day before evictee. I was actually predicting Bianca because I thought as Jamie has just come out, Bianca's perception as well, but Bianca has been a dark horse in a lot of these votes. You know, when she was top saved with Jedward, that really shocked everyone. Mm-hmm. So it was shocking that Bianca was able to get more votes than Callum because I thought, the ladies would, vote for Callum just because he's Callum. But I think that kind of Emma, or it was been on the side, something I watched sort of chimed on it that Callum looked better when his mother was there. We all wanted the mother out so that we could see more from him and maybe he'd hook up with one of these girls, but he didn't do any of that anyway. So he became more boring once we removed his mother, when he kind of was endearing when Angie was there because their relationship was sort of sweet.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like a more sweet Callum than the Callum we saw at the end, like yelling at Jedward and creepily standing in windows.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a little bit creepy. But what I can identify with is at least with the argumentable side of it. Sometimes people are like, oh my God, how are they like yelling at Jedward? People don't understand the sheer amount of time you spend in a Big Brother house with people and how time passes so slow in there and you have the same damn conversations 400 times. Like, it's day 20, whatever. I think it was day 20 something that I was yelling at Shelby at the veto meeting. I think that's the point where you're just starting to not be able to bite your tongue, and respect to Callum for actually going there. It doesn't make it look good when you're yelling at Jedward. You're not going to have good perception, but I want to see that. I want to see people that are willing to yell at, America or UK's sweetheart. I want to see people that are not afraid to maybe go up against what the public likes or wants. I don't want a bunch of people to kiss the favorite's ass. So good on Callum for telling them boys where to go.
100%. And I have to say, I'm pretty sure T-shirt and a dress was week 1.5. Callum is more dull than James C. And Maximus Moms in the chat room says, forget about how long they're going to stay together. Who's going to cheat first?
Who's going to cheat first? Well, I mean, I don't know. The tabloids are always going to say that someone's cheating. I feel like they usually say it's the boy. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm gonna say it'll be. Isn't that how he broke? He broke up with his first wife?
I don't
care either. He's not that good looking enough.
Yeah, I don't even live there, so I don't fuck with Danielle Lloyd either. I don't know why. My question is sort of how Danielle Lloyd has a good perception now that she can hurt his perception, because I watched, Celebrity BBUK that she was on, and she came off racist and came out to a bunch of shit. So that everyone is defending Danielle Lloyd against Jamie like he's such a bad guy is like, can you guys all go watch like 2006 CBB and then call me back about Danielle Lloyd? I'll wait.
Right. And chat room brings up a good point. DJ Lulu is saying, didn't she kind of already cheat on her current boyfriend with Jamie? Adulterer. Oh, I don't have my soundboard. Adulterer. Well, that left us then with our final 6 of, like you said, Banca, Colleen, James, Jedward, Kim, and Nicola. I have to say, though, I liked their little, in the recap on the last show, I like them, like, all in the diary room together.
Yeah. They do that every UK. It's very, they do it in the civilian version. They always end it out with all the finale people in the diary room sort of talking to Big Brother together. I think it's a nice way to put a nice little bow on the season. I wish the US would do something like that.
Me too. And I wish the US would pay for music. Like the montages. I love it. I love a happy montage. Mm-hmm. I want a happy montage of all the happy times that have been had all season long.
Well, you know, the UK does a much better job at, obviously, they make all the money off of the votes for evictees. So they can, you know, remodel their house like we don't and maybe buy songs like we don't and things like that. They just, and they do a lot of product placement that we don't do. There's a lot of their transition shots are close up on L'Oreal Paris hair conditioner or something. And you're like, we don't give a fuck about that. But L'Oreal Paris, you know, paid and da-da-da-da-da. I would love to see BBUS try to do stuff like that because there's so many products in the house. Why can't we, listen, if we're going to use, you know, LA Looks gel in there, like, can we get an, LA Looks probably don't have any money to promote, but like, can they send us, like, send Big Brother a check? I don't know.
They should. I love when they have the shopping task and they carry the groceries in with the name of the store face. They're like, okay, we have the groceries.
My favorite thing they've ever done in BBUK with shopping, though, is that they've actually, on a few occasions, they've brought them to the supermarket at night. They bring like 2 of them to the supermarket at night and let them like run around and get all the groceries as I throw my headphones, and now I can't hear what the hell you're saying, so don't speak.
Okay. I'm back.
Yes, it's a lot more product placement. I think there's a lot more money to be made. So then they can spend the money to like totally remodel the house every season and stuff.
I'm sure Ray J is pissed to hear that people were allowed to leave the house and go food shopping. He just wanted to leave the house and get his tooth fixed.
Oh, Ray J. I still think that something is fishy about all of that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we've had people in all versions of Big Brother gone to the hospital and come back. I think that Ray J probably did something within the time frame of him leaving that would have disqualified him, whether demanding his phone or talking to someone in the hospital or that dentist that he wasn't supposed to talk to. Just something about that seems fishy to me. That's all.
I see Dancing Amy in the chat room is saying he wasn't at finale either.
He wasn't at finale, and Chloe wasn't at finale.
Correct.
Chloe kind of surprised me. I was wondering why she wasn't at finale. Maybe Ray J, I sort of understand.
Maybe they just didn't have room with their big budget money to fit them in the rafters.
Yeah, maybe they squished them all over there. But I mean, a lot of these, you know, are Americans. Jasmine lives in West Virginia, and she has obviously flown back. Same thing with Stacy in Austin, or well, I'm not really sure what country Austin lives in. I think he might be an American now. He's like all over the place. But so I was sort of surprised to not see Ray J there. But again, I guess if you walk, maybe you don't get the invite.
Amy did follow up and say Chloe came out. She said it was official. She was filming Geordie Shore. So she was busy. So, but then what would have happened if she would have
stayed in there? She probably would have just came late to Geordie Shore. I mean, granted, they're owned by the same corporation. They're not gonna, you know, they're not cutting their own lunch that way. If anything, they're spreading her out so that when she would have won, they could say, oh, and she goes straight into Geordie Shore or whatever. I think even when Charlotte won Celebrity BBUK, she immediately went and started filming Geordie as well. I think they're just sort of on similar time schedules.
I feel like because Geordie Shore is like our Jersey Shore, right?
Yes. It does make us look like nuns, though. Our Jersey Shore is nothing compared.
Well, I think if Chloe would have stayed in the house, it would have been fine. They could have like filmed scenes because this last week, you know, we had stuff like this.
Oh God, this was so awkward to me. Listen, I'm gay gay as they come. I have if you don't have underwear, what do? You don't wear underwear. You free ball it, you figure out your life, or you wash some damn underwear. They brought like 50 suit jackets in with them for 20-something days, but didn't bring enough underwear. So then you're gonna use like lace thong booty shorts? Like what? And he's like, this isn't gonna support anything. Obviously, it's meant to have a vagina in it. Obviously, it's not gonna support your testicles. Like, what are you doing?
I have to say, I missed this episode, but people were great to send me screen grabs. So it wasn't his own underwear. It was somebody.
It was Bianca's.
Oh God, why would you?
It was Bianca's. He is out of underwear, and they only had one pair left, and it was either John or Edward, whichever one got them first, and he was left with wearing Bianca's. But I didn't even understand like why that even became. I don't know. Well,
because they do everything for television.
I get, and that's the things that, a lot of people say, no, they don't do that. And I'm thinking, there's no way you're like, I can wear these little lace, like a G-string, whatever the fuck you want to call that thing, and like, that's be okay. And to act like it's not for TV time. Come on, it would definitely, especially in the UK. I mean, here in America, I was dancing around in Neely's wig. That would never made it anywhere. But there, if you put on some ladies' panties and walk around the house with your ass out, they're putting it on TV. You know that.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's why they did it. I think they do it for airtime. I don't disagree with that at all. And I'm not opposed to it. I see Izzy in the chat room is saying, or maybe Kim was just hogging the washer as usual.
Yeah. That was, that's probably one of my funniest arguments of this whole season is that Kim is a cleaner. That is her celebrity persona, is clean this house or whatever, but then like doesn't know like how to, wet clothes go on the washing machine thing mind boggled me, because you would think someone who acts so posh or bougie and so clean and respectful. Kim likes to act like when people like swearing around her and stuff that, oh my God, but once you get Kim going, she's calling everyone vile rapscallions and bullshit. So I think that she's an enigma. I don't know.
I love her. BB Boston over on Twitter says, but what about the Jedward rants? So this week we saw Jedward fighting with Kim. We saw Jedward fighting a more with Nicola, kind of. What did you think of the fights that Jedward was having this week, more in the beginning?
To me, a lot of people could say it's the same thing. You're looking for airtime, and you can get that with arguments, but I don't think that is their persona. This is the reason I really don't like Jedward. I think that their persona is for children. You're kind of over that. You need to Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez up. It's time to get your titties out. It's time to sex it up. It's time to make adult music. It's not time to like aim at the 14-year-olds forever. You clearly have no reason like trying to have 12-year-old fans anymore. But irregardless to that, their persona is not the negative attention. They don't get the attention by fighting. So I didn't necessarily think that they would go that route for attention. They usually go the silly route. What I think it really is I think they are both so up themselves and so justified that they are actually the best people ever born, that they are arguing because they really feel that they are unjustified. Anything that anyone says about them is unjustified, and they might as well say gang-handed, because they basically think that everyone else's opinions about them are not right because they're Jedward. But like I said, I've been watching Bit on the Side, and Jedward's mom calls in there, and all I want to say about Jedward's mom is you listen to the 2 times she called into Bit on the Side, and it explains everything about why those boys seem to be stunted into remaining 19-year-olds, because it was like talking to Mother Goose on the phone. So I don't know. Let me not attack his mother.
All right. Well, I'm going to say this because I have some late breaking up to the minute Jedward news that I'm going to...
Give me the tea.
Well, first, let me ask you this. Joseph L. in the chat room says, yes. Do you think the fight before the finale, the TV task with Kim turning on Nicola and Colleen for a bit, ended up helping Colleen win votes out of sympathy?
I don't know if it was out of sympathy, but maybe people finally saw, yes, Colleen is gonna speak up. I mean, Colleen is someone who has opinions about her housemate. She always does. She's just not someone who usually expresses them in an argumentative manner. But it was good to see her jump into that argument. I think we've seen Kim and Nicola go at each other so many times, and Kim constantly takes it very personal. She goes very personal with her insults. But if someone goes personal with her, she sort of, then that's when she's like, Nicola, you're vile. But Nicola, you just ridicule Nicola's former career. I mean, Nicola's not a page 3 girl anymore. I don't even think page 3 girls really exist in the UK anymore. I mean, she still doesn't get her tits out for money. Obviously, that's what Nicola came from, but so does one girl from CBB every year. So I think it's just a low blow to be like, you're a slut that gets their tits out for money. Because, Kim, you're a grumpy old woman with a bad nose job, a bad hairpiece, and you yell at people for a living. So before you start acting like you're holier than thou, your whole persona, your entire career is being a bitch and coming into people's houses and saying, you're disgusting, I'm going to clean up, and like yelling at people. But you're going to say Nicola is a slut? It's just sort of like pot meat kettle.
Okay, what for those of us that don't know, what's Page 3 Girls?
Page 3 Girls over there in the UK, they obviously air nudity like we don't here. You see it on the BB. Page 3 was, I don't know if it was the actual Page 3 of the newspaper, but you used to be able to flip the paper and see a tit bird, and she'd be there with her titties out, and it'd say all stuff about her. It was basically softcore porn or Playboy style images in actual printed newspapers, so access to the public.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
Now we refer to them just as glamour models because they're not really in the newspapers like they used to be.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
Okay, so I have Jedward's tweets.
Okay, yes, lay it on me.
I have Jedward's tweets for those of you that might have missed them. I was trying to make it so that I could pull them all up for you and we could all kind of just read them together because there's like 12 of them, but they're short sentences there, so I'm just going to read it to you. So okay. Jedward says, and you can read these yourself if you don't believe me, at Planet Jedward on Twitter. Jedward says, glad we're free, we can now write down the truth. None of the gang could stand on their own 2 feet. They might as well have been a big caterpillar with a caterpillar emoji. At certain stages, you think to yourself, these people's butts must be glued to the seats because they never move. So many harsh words.
They're just going at Colleen. This is all that. I think that's Colleen shade thus far.
Okay, so many harsh words flew from the gang towards us, talked about making someone feel uncomfortable and unwelcome.
Welcome to Big Brother, bitch. No one is there to make you feel comfortable. No one is there to make you be polite to you. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna argue with people. You're gonna have to get through it. You're gonna have to act like a fucking adult, Jedward. Continue.
Projecting. Every eviction, the gang acted like we did not exist, but when we got through, they would acknowledge us again and fake congratulate us.
Welcome to Big Brother as well, Jedward. You want to see other people go home, but not you. But guess what? When they don't, and when someone else's wins, you gotta act like you're excited for them and congratulate them. I think that's called being a mature, competitive adult.
Well, then they say, the only time they decided to embrace us was to make themselves look good or if they wanted us to entertain them, but they had no time for us because they were hungover.
Well, I know. I mean, they do drink a lot of alcohol in that house, but thank God they did because that's where we get our TV moments. Listen, Jedward, everyone can say that they've done so much for this, but really, when we watch this back in 3 years, Jedward really didn't do that much this season. They argued about how they're always right, and we actually didn't even see that many of their silly bits that like we did on their first season. If you were to watch their first season, Jedward deserved to win that season. I don't believe they deserve to win this season.
Okay, we'll talk about more of that in a minute. We have 5 more left. There was no meaningful conversation in that house. All of the conversations were rehearsed monologue stories and specific interactions for airtime.
They're talking about themselves.
You think they're talking about themselves?
I think they're talking about themselves. I think that what they're saying about these other people right now is the things that they see in themselves and don't like. I think Jedward is the people that I found most, obviously, doing things for the attention. So to act like, oh, all these people have rehearsed what they're going to say is like, boys, you like wait for everyone else to go to bed so you can put on a show. So how dare you act like they're doing, everyone else must be rehearsed, but you know, everything they do is so fluid. I think that's the bullshit is they act like it's just so fluid and everything they do just comes to them. And it's like, no, you've concocted this shit. Just like if everybody else is staging what they want to say, well, then they're staging what they want to do. So, again, pot, meat, kettle.
I love how your replies play so perfectly to each new thing that they say. Speaking of water, like, there was no depth to the people in the house at all. We literally were the ocean, and they were just little puddles of water.
Yo, they're diluted. They had so diluted. I said that the whole time. I was thinking, these boys really think that they're really famous when they were saying, we're real celebrities and you got talentless fucks here and stuff. Come on now, boys. I think that is just, it's not, people that have real talent and are real celebrities don't say things like that. Don't walk around and behave like that to other people unless they're fucking Naomi Campbell and nobody likes that bitch.
A bee wouldn't sting you. A bee wouldn't sting you as much as these house guests literally stung us. Give us that beehive any day, because we know in our heart that we were around people that were hiding behind a glass of a drink and a cigarette that had no genuine emotions.
Well, I honestly think that they're the ones that have not really showed too much emotions. We've seen them in the diary room bitching about people, but have they showed us any other emotion other than self-loving defense and talking shit about other people? We don't see them ever break down or feel sad, or, you know what I'm saying? They get defensive. They don't get hurt. So for them to say, none of these people are showing emotions. I've seen Colleen Nolan cry more times than I've seen my mother cry. So how dare you try to act like she's not showing her emotions? I think that they're bitter. I know that everyone likes to pull out that word. People say I'm still bitter from BB17. Like, I even fucking remember that. But you know what I'm saying? I think that they're just in their emotions right now. They really expected to win. They did what they could to try to win, and they still couldn't win. So they're pissed.
You can see Jason remember what happened on Big Brother of the Top when he goes live once a week right here on YouNow, which is why you should follow him here at the J-Roy. And he watches the show back and talks about it. Okay, their last tweet says, and all the house guests being called intellects and knowledgeable was far from it. They couldn't even string 2 sentences together 90% of the time.
Well, obviously that's not true, because we had an hour show every night of people talking. We didn't just watch Nicola and Colleen stare at each other and drool. So I think that they are just over-exaggerating, trying to defend themselves, and doing exactly what they did on this season, which made me hate them even more than I already did, which is look like defensive pricks. They can't take any criticism, and in not winning is not necessarily a criticism, but you still have to take it on the chin. Listen, when I came in second on OTT, I had some choice words for a second, but you take it and you deal with it. Like, it is what it is. So I think they need to just take it on the chin and say, listen, it's fine. They're still going to sell their 10 iTunes songs to their 10, 14-year-old fans, so I'm not worried.
I think, Jedward, if you're watching, I loved you all season, so call me. But I do agree with Jason. There was not a range of emotion from them this season. It was kind of like one note, but I did appreciate
silly, but it's just monotone.
And I'll say for me, I enjoyed that on the season of James's, Colleen's, like there wasn't a lot else happening other than Kim fighting with people, but she was back to being Snow White. So really, I feel like if Jedward wasn't doing what they were doing, I don't know what would have been so interesting about a lot of these episodes when you remove the fighting.
Yes, well, that makes sense. And if you remove them, then you're probably getting less of this fighting because they are an agitator in there. But I also think that it sort of is the classic BB what-if game of what if we didn't lose Spidey? Or what if we didn't lose this one or that one? I think that how these things go is sometimes we make the show boring as it goes along. We got Chloe out. We got Stacey out. We got Spidey out. We got the people out that were actually really doing stuff. And then at the end we go, oh my God, this was kind of a boring season. Thank God for Jedward and Kim. But it's like, no, you motherfuckers took out all the interesting people at the beginning, because at the beginning it's all about villainizing people and trying to find a reason to hate them. And at the end it's like, well, what is I guess who's the least boring is what we end up wanting to vote on, because we take out all the exciting people.
Right. No, I agree. I still love them. I agree with you. I won't say I agree with you, because I don't. I see where you're coming from. It definitely makes sense. I do appreciate, I appreciate what they brought, but you're right. They needed to show more emotion. I do agree with you there.
I want to see, and this is a cliche word that we use in Big Brother that actually you tried to avoid using, but I wanted to see them go on a journey. At least the reason I would have been supportive of Nicola and Kim winning is they've both been on journeys in that house. They start as one person, their ending is the same person, but all these things have happened along the way. It's an interesting novel as them as the main characters. Colleen and Jedward and a lot of these other people, not really so much. What kind of journey were they really on?
Right, I agree. You're making a TV show. At the end of the day, you're making a TV show. All right, let's talk about now these final 6, the people that got voted out as they were going out. Actually, let me ask you this first, because I'll throw it in here. It's from Wesley Lester over on Twitter, and he said, if you could choose a house guest that didn't make it to the finale to win the season, who would you have chosen?
I would have put Chloe. And, I usually hate the Geordie Shore kids on there. I hated Scott. I was not a fan of Marnie. I only liked Charlotte. But Chloe really was entertaining to me, and I would like to see her around for a long time. And if she would have stayed for a long time and gave us lots of good moments, I felt like she would have been a deserving winner. Obviously, she came in late with Kim, and the late comers usually are ineligible to win, really, because the public has already latched on to characters already. But I would have liked to see Chloe around. I think that she was one of the more interesting, silly Geordie. She had the Charlotte bits of the Geordie Shore people that I liked, and the Marnie and the Scott seemed to just have, I don't know, the Jim Tan Laundry side.
Right. And Joseph in the chat room is saying, I don't know if people know this, that pretty much after Jedward came out of the house, which would have been yesterday, they found out that their father is on his deathbed. So that's sad.
Oh, that is sad. That's terrible to hear. My blessings go out to them. That is a hard thing to hear. But you kind of wonder on almost why they weren't told that in the house. I'm sure that's the family's decisions on whether they want to be informed of that or not. But maybe we would have seen more of a range of emotion from them, and then maybe they would have got some votes that they didn't have because of sympathy, and suddenly people would be able to identify with them who couldn't identify with them before.
I see a lot of people in the chat room, Jennifer P, Harmony 12, myself included, surprised you wouldn't have said Speidi.
Speidi to win.
Speidi to win.
Speidi, I think, didn't do enough. I was waiting for them to turn it on, and I think that maybe they were just getting up to momentum when they were coming out. There was clearly going to be them versus Jedward for the next couple of days. I think they had a storyline in the works that was going to be great TV, but we just took them out a little bit too early. If we would have seen that storyline, yes, for sure. But for what they had done before that, no, I didn't really think that they had done enough to win. They didn't win their season, and they did everything on their season.
Destiny's in the chat room says it was it was the father's wish apparently, and the mother's that they not be told so they wouldn't disappoint their fans.
Okay. Well, see, this is the thing. It's all about their fans. Don't disappoint our fans. Our fans. I'm like, I don't know. I really wonder what their actual life is like, because after listening to their momager mom on the phone, and I don't know.
I forget about their mom. I'll say this.
Yeah.
While I love them, I couldn't imagine, and maybe I just don't understand twins, but I want to. It's creepy to have somebody that's like just touching you all the time and like, let me do your hair, let me pull up your pants, let me wipe your ass, let me finish your set, like just on you like 24/7. That is creepy to me.
Yeah, it's a little much. I don't know when. I needed my alone time, so I don't know. If I had a twin, I would have ended up like socking him in the mouth by now.
Like, don't they get mad? Like, don't they ever like need like alone time?
That's why I think that we don't see a real range of emotion from them, because we only see them get mad at other people, not at each other, and we only see them, defend each other, but never get mad over anything else other than having to defend themselves. They won't jump in an argument if someone else is being ridiculed or something. They only worry about themselves, which is like, okay, you're showing me just one side of your Rubik's Cube.
Right. All right. So, our first out on finale was Banka. Surprised that she was the first out? Not surprised?
Not terribly surprised, but I almost thought that she might be one of these dark horses that, sort of got into maybe the final three. Like I said, we were surprised that she was one of the top saved with Jedward that week. I thought that she would go over Jamie, and she still was there. So I knew that Banka had no chance to win, but not terribly surprised she's in 6th place, but if she got 4th, I would not have been surprised.
I'm thrilled with her in 6. Personally, I think that thrilled with her in 6.
Yeah, out of the 6, she has done the least, and therefore deserved 6.
I'm thrilled with 5th, who we've already started talking about, Nicola, obviously.
Look like this.
Who'd look like this? What did you think, though, of her in her interview with Emma being kind of more like, now I love Jedward, the show's over, I love them, game over, now we can be friends, like I'm cool with everybody, I'm fine with Kim, like everything's great. Like her interview was very much like, game over, now we can be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. When game over, then you can be cool. I mean, some of us decide to be and some of us decide not to be, but that is your opportunity too. But also, you have to know that these are celebrities. This is not a civilian series. They have PR training. They have agents. They have managers that are telling them this is what to say. This is what, when I came out of OTT, a lot of interviewers wanted me just to apologize for everything I had said and done. And I basically kind of had refused to do that because I didn't think that it was right just to apologize because everyone was telling me that's what I should do. But these people are PR trained and will apologize if somebody tells them you should apologize. So I think that maybe Nicola was just doing what she knows her management is going to tell her to do, which is shut the fuck up and be nice now. Or it is the real fact of when it's over, you sort of can take that big breath of, relief, and then you can create relationships that don't have anything to do with what may have happened during your time in the house.
Right. I agree. I mean, I will always side on the fact of game's game and real life is real life, and I never care what people do or say in the game. It's how you act in the real world
in real life
that matters.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think the most shocking, or I'll say I thought it was the most shocking, was the next person evicted, James C, being out at what? So 4th?
Yes, 4th.
That was shocking to me.
I mean, James C had a lot of buzz this whole season. He had a lot of people endorsing and supporting him, but really he hadn't done too much to entertain on the whole scale of the whole series. Obviously, he had some good moments with his secret task and the laughing in the diary. I mean, James has had good moments, but I don't think that, especially if you were going to say, well, he's getting the older vote, he had to split that older vote with Kim. So, and Kim was also getting, the people that love Kim's recklessness. So I think James probably just lost a lot of his votes along the way to other people that just maybe have been more entertaining. But I think that James is a nice guy, and he just didn't really do too much. But I would have been okay with him winning because I think he is a nice guy. Do I think he deserved to win? No, but I'd rather see anyone win than Jedward. That's basically where I'm at with this.
Excuse me, just 1 second.
You literally realize you're using the Morgan defense right now, right?
You're literally using the Morgan defense.
Anyone but Jedward? Anyone but Jason?
No, anyone but Jason. Well, no, that is stupid.
It worked for her, and it worked for the fans, so why can't I use the same thing?
Because it's stupid! No, you don't get to do nothing all season and then have the win fall in your lap.
Well, that's the thing. There were still people there in the final three that had done stuff. I mean, if it was down to Jedward versus James, I might have to fall back a little bit. But clearly, there was still Kim, and Kim was the person who I thought had done more than anyone.
Like, I'm legit convinced James C. does not get what reality TV is and thinks that this is an acting gig where this is the whole gig. Like, I don't think he gets he was playing a game. I think he thought it was a role. Like,
I think a lot of these people don't understand the game. Their game is different from ours. I think some people sort of get it, but James C., how much Big Brother has he probably really been watching in his life? Probably not much. He just here for a check and really not. God knows what he kind of thinks that it is, but if he wasn't acting, I don't know what his character was because he was boring as hell if he was acting like something the whole time.
Yeah, I gotta hide the chocolate. Okay, this is my big scene for the season. Oh, eat a dick. Oh, by the way, did they steal that from you?
No, someone told me eat a dick was on like a BBUS even before I said it. I don't know. I've been saying eat a dick for years. It's just a phrase. I don't own that.
Okay, I wasn't talking about eat a dick, because yes, we've all. I mean the fact that his task was hide the chocolate. Like, remember, he was like, I'm gonna hide the chocolate. He hid
the chocolate, yes.
Maybe you fell asleep on those 3 episodes in the middle of this week that were boring.
I watched them, but I didn't create the crackle reference in my mind. I didn't even think, he's hiding chocolate.
Well, here's another reference that we love.
What?
A sad reference. Our third person out, Kim.
What I am going to say is that the best players always come in third in BBUK. I mean, there's obviously some seasons we could debate on this, but literally my favorites always come in third place. I don't know what it is with third place, but my favorites always end up there. It's usually the people that have been the most entertaining and given the most of themselves to the experience, but the other people in the final 2 usually just have a bigger fan base or like are cute so the girls love them or are this so they have all these people. They have like little petty things, and third place is always the person who actually made the show. So it was unfortunate that Tiffany Pollard did not come in third place because that is the spot she deserved.
And Kim came in third place with 15% of the votes, according to Social Mari in the chat room. But I saw a few people in the chat room ask this earlier, and we also got it on Twitter from Short Stack. Thoughts on people calling Emma's interview with Kim biased?
Why are they saying it biased for her or biased against her?
I'm going to assume they mean biased against her, because I could see how someone watching the interview would have felt that Emma was colder in a sense to Kim, and being like, focus, come on, stop talking to me, like, a little maybe condescending. I don't really think Emma's condescending.
No,
but...
And I mean, Kim has been on Bit on the Side for years. Obviously, Rylan hosts Bit on the Side now, but that used to be Emma's show for a very long time. So Emma has interviewed or talked to Kim multiple times. God knows what their real relationship is like. When you see these people on TV and they're all celebrities, like Emma has real opinions on people as well. And usually when she was on Bit on the Side a lot, she talks about how she likes the happy house. She likes all the people getting along. I'm sure Emma loves Colleen and probably hates Kim as a character and maybe as a person. And that's her right as a person to have that opinion. And obviously she's doing her job in the interview. But sometimes people might read into, voice tones and things like that. But do I think like Emma came for Kim? No.
And DJ Lulu brings up a good point in the chat room and says Kim was yelling at the audience, which we did see. Yeah. And I'm sure Emma did have in her earpiece production being like, control her.
Exactly. Right. Like, she's acting crazy. Like, Chloe did a better interview than Kim, that they were like, somebody snatch her, control her.
she was like, I just want to get to my husband. I just want to get my sex on. I want to have another baby. I was like, what are you saying?
I don't even know what that was all about.
I don't know what she's
I think that could have been a ploy for a silly headline.
True.
Kim Woodburn wants to get pregnant again. I can see that on like a dumbass tabloid and people being like, what? Kim's pregnant? Because they're idiots.
All I have to say on the topic is interviewers are interviewers, and if they're biased, they're biased, but who cares? Watch it or don't, especially if it's free. Second place
mm-hmm.
are lovely boys, Jedward. Out second.
Bye.
Bye.
Someone needs to teach them about contouring. I know I'm the last person to talk about makeup, but they need a little bit of help on this.
Which translates to, he hopes your dad is doing well. They got 33% of the 30% of the votes. They got 30% of the votes, Jedward.
Yes. No surprise.
And I agree with you. And they're like, come to our... I'll tell you right now, I will go to a Jedward concert if it's playing by me.
Well, guess what? They're never coming to America, and they only got like 6 songs, so don't worry about it.
But what about the Freeballin' song? I don't wear underpants. From earlier in the week, you missed the song?
I remember that song. I just don't understand why that was okay on that day, but then on the other day, they had to wear Baka's thong.
Look, you said you wanted them to grow up. You said you wanted them to put their tits out. Well, they put their ass out. We're guys. We don't have tits.
No, they sang a children's song with their ass out. That's different.
That's true. So Colleen ends up winning with 33% of the vote. I mean, I am happy. If I needed to find something to be happy about her win.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy the moments this season where we learned that, she's had trouble in a relationship and she didn't feel like she could stand on her own and she doesn't have a lot of confidence and like I like those moments that we learned about her this season. So I'm sure this is great for her self-esteem and I hope she does good things with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's almost a little bit of run over from when Colleen was on the first time. She obviously came in second. Loose Women has a big following. There's a bunch of people love Colleen and identify with her. She did get hit with some negative polls this season that probably affected her, but also helped gain some sympathy for her. Mm-hmm. But on her first season of Celebrity BBUK, she fought with Julie Goodyear the whole time. Julie Goodyear is an old soap star. She is probably like Kim's age or something, but she probably is relatable to Kim. Very argumentative, but would do like strange sexual things like eating a banana by like a man fed her a banana and she was like, oh, it was bad. But she beefed with Julie Goodyear that whole season and it was one of the main enthralling storylines. She made basically the UK start to hate Julie Goodyear and came out in second. And I almost feel like this is the win that she almost deserved for that season. I loved Julian who won that season, but Colleen did a lot that year and or was a main character. And this is sort of the comeuppance that she deserved from her first go, because she really didn't give us this much this time. But she is a relatable character. A lot of the viewers of the show are women of all ages who identify with things that Colleen have talked about, like struggling in relationships and confidence and things like that. I think that Colleen is probably, at the end of it, probably the most relatable person in the final 6. And if that is, for celebrities, a lot of them are not relatable to normal people. So if a civilian can find something really relatable about Colleen, I'm not surprised that they would all get behind her and make her the winner.
And that, Summer July 12, is how Jason felt when she was winning. Wes brings up a good question in the chat room. So how would you say Colleen's game, though, was any different than James C's game?
I think Colleen's game is different because Colleen will get a little bit more stuck in. She'll come in with the wooden spoon and she'll stir the pot a little bit more. She'll go talk to this one and figure out why they're mad at this one and then go back and forth. Maybe not spreading info, but Colleen gets herself in the drama somehow by hearing the residual gossip and runoff. I don't think James C. really does that. I think James C. would more go sit away from the smoking area when some shit goes on, where Colleen will be in the smoking area and then some shit will go on and she'll be like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go see what's going on.
Mini Manda Panda in the chat room says, I loved Colleen during the Rockstar task. She really went for it. Did you like the Rockstar task this week?
I did think the Rockstar task was funny, and Colleen did go for that. It was kind of sad to see some people not go for it. Like, James C. obviously doesn't put a lot into these tasks. It's like he's like embarrassed or he's afraid he's gonna like ruin his career by looking crazy. But as an actor, your career is to look like whatever the director or whoever wants you to look like. So if they want you to be a superhero or a rock star or whatever, just go ahead and do it. But Colleen definitely threw herself into that rock star task, and it was nice to see Colleen, I guess, get back to why she's actually famous.
Did you know that Bianca could actually sing? Were you shocked to learn that Bianca could sing?
Bianca had, like, you know, I can't criticize anyone singing because I'm terrible, but she had her good moments and her bad moments. There's a few times I was like, this bitch is flat right now, but overall it was very good. But sometimes you don't expect the people that are good at singing, and then you know, and I find that a lot in BBs. Sometimes these random girls open their mouth, like Sky off the last Big Brother Australia. You would have never expected she could sing, so you just really know you don't know. But good on Bianca. But do I think she's gonna album coming out on the way? No.
Meg, for example, too.
Meg, exactly.
I would not have thought that Meg would have done it. Wes is following up, and I agree with you, Wes. Not enough of a difference in their games.
Not enough of a
That's not enough of a difference. They are the same person.
Yeah, but I think that their relationship is kind of endearing too. Obviously Kim and all these other people was saying sort of like it was like a sexual thing, which I think was a very rude thing to imply, that Colleen and James are like in a relationship for being friendly with each other. But I think that I sort of liked the two old people sitting in the smoking section. You know, everyone likes to act like, oh, they don't get up, they just sit in the smoking section the whole time. Well, me too, bitch. And y'all always act like I'm entertaining. So how dare you act like, oh, all they do is sit down and smoke. All you guys are doing is sitting down, smoking weed and watching feeds. What the hell are you doing?
I did not hear, nor did I ever think they were anything more than the two cute old people in the back. So I did not hear this rumor that people are saying they were hooking up, but maybe I like to
not that they were hooking up, but Kim sort of implied that they were, you know, inseparable, and therefore that was something you really don't imply when both of them are married or in relationships. So I think that was a little bit game on Kim's part to try to throw that out there.
Yeah, well, that's all that Kim does. If you had to pick out of the final six, I forget who asked this before, but if you had to pick out of the final six someone to be the winner, would you have left it with Colleen or
no? I would have given it to Kim.
Oh, you would have given it to Kim.
Kim was my pick. I wanted Kim to win, and then I came back and said, okay, Kim or Nicola, because I really felt like they were our two main characters, whether you liked them or not. Do I think Kim's a nice person? Absolutely not. Do I want to spend 1 minute with her in my life? Absolutely fucking not. Did she entertain? Yes. I hated Bear last year, but Bear won off of that effect. Not because he was nice, but because he had done so much on the show. Mm-hmm. And it's not good to say, yes, we should just let all these assholes win all the time because they were the most entertaining or played the game the best. But it really is, as much as the UK is a popularity contest, it really shouldn't be. So I would have been happy to see someone that I thought played hard and gave us hardcore storylines as our winner, which would have been Kim or Nicola.
I agree. I would have liked a Kim Nicola
Kim Nicola final two would have been like Clash of the Titans, epic. It would have been Ashley versus Helen. It would have been everything.
Yeah, I do agree. And Crystal B in the chat room says what it specifically was that Kim said if she was James C's wife, she'd be upset with him spending so much time with Colleen. Okay, MVP, most valuable player, or America's favorite, if we were awarding it to somebody in the top 6, who would you give it to?
In the top 6, I think your MVP is probably, well, America's MVP and America's favorite kind of mean totally different things.
Right.
Because Nicola is the MVP of if she's on your team, Nicola's defending you in every fight. She's so gang-handed or whatever the fuck Kim wants to say. Mm-hmm. I would say that Nicola is the MVP in the house. If you have Nicola in your corner, that's a very essential person to have. The MVP for the outside, or the America's favorite player on the outside, I'm going to have to give it to Kim or Jedward. Obviously, I don't like Jedward, but lots of people do. But I felt like those were some of our main characters, Nicola, Jedward, and Kim. I just personally don't like Jedward, but I would rather see them win a MVP vote than actually win the whole thing and hear them brag about it for the next fucking 9 years.
Right. I'm just glad that you said those words so that I can just chop them up and put a sentence better together.
Of course.
Ev Spear in the chat room says, lesson from CBB and BBOTT. The public votes for whoever they want, not who, quote, deserves it.
Of course. And that is the main fundamental difference between our format and their format, is that ours doesn't have anything to do with just public popularity contests. But that's really what it turns out to. I know we all like to say, oh no, but this person did the most, that person did the most. The winner is always who's got the biggest fan base. That's why the Geordie Shore kids always win. That's why people like Bear could win last year, because every 16-year-old girl with a wet pair of panties was voting. So yeah.
DJ Lulu in the chat room says according to the house, Nicola always needed backing up from one of the guys, Callum or James.
I saw them saying that, and I honestly thought that was silly, because Nicola's the one who was running around basically backing everyone else. When Kim, wanted to get a conversation with Banka, Nicola jumped out of bed without even having an eye in her face, yelling and shit. So I think that is that's a cop-out. That's things that Kim has said. That's things that other people in this house has implied against Nicola, and I think that is game. That's them trying to make Nicola look worse in voting wise. You have to understand that when people are talking shit about each other in there, they know that they could be affecting public opinion about that person.
A serious question. Why was she covering her eye in that scene again? And we saw them recreate it. I didn't understand the covering of the eye.
I believe I read something that they were saying that Nicola had one contact out, or had just taken her contacts out. I don't wear contacts. I don't really know how they go. I do have friends who take them out when we're at the bar. So they just pull them out and throw them away. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but supposedly it was something with her contact.
That makes no sense.
I don't know.
You just look like a crazy person. Would you, if you didn't have to stay confined to the final 6, is anybody else in this season, would you have said just overall, who was your favorite player this entire season?
I loved Chloe. I thought she was entertaining. I actually really liked Jessica. I thought that Jessica gave us a lot of different sides to her. She did get involved with the arguments and stuff. She sort of had the flirt storyline. I think Jessica was giving us lots of different angles of herself. We sort of got, the weird Crystal Jessica, and then we got the businesswoman Jessica and the mom. I saw a lot in her. I liked her. I liked Chloe. Obviously, we have entertaining people here down at the end. Dollar Store Tiffany was good while she lasted. I probably wouldn't have seen her the whole time. I think that she sort of was falling off for me there at the end. But yeah, I think overall we did have some interesting people, and it's just unfortunate that I would love to say Spidey really was a force this year, but they weren't. I think the minute Austin left, Spidey's powers dwindled.
Right. It's so hard. It's so hard for me to pick favorites because, like, I love James J. I love Spidey. I love Jedward. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were so many great people that I feel like went way too soon, and instead we just let Grandpa hang out in the smoking section. The whole show. We could have had better players in those spots.
We could have. I would have endorsed that if, I would have shuffled a few of them out of the end if we would have had, a Spidey, a James J, a Chloe, some of these massive people still there.
Well, we're going to have people there again real soon.
Yes.
In just a few short months.
Mm-hmm. Don't you worry. UK is quick with that turnover. So by the time Big Brother Canada is almost over, or it might even still be on when UK starts sometimes. UK switches their summer schedule, because I remember when I was going away from my Big Brother, obviously it's the summer as well, and I was watching UK before I left. So it will be whenever it starts, though. We got a Big Brother all year round now. Basically, if we get OTT season 2, we're gonna have Big Brother basically continuously year round, which I have no complaints about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're like, I have plenty of complaints about that.
Hold on, I'm just getting the rope. Okay, hold on, let's hook this at the. No, I don't even. I can't even hint. Nope. I have post-traumatic stress from over the top, and don't even say season 2. Anyway, but. Look, here's the... Oh, no. I know what I wanted to ask. I thought they were doing the couples thing. Aren't they casting right now for couples to play together? So wouldn't that have to air before the next Celebrity Big Brother?
Oh, it will air before the next Celebrity. The Civilian series will probably start. Sometimes it's like May. Sometimes it's like June, like us. It will be, spring, summer. And at the end of that, they will either take a week off or take a few days off, and then the Celebrity one will start. So they really don't remodel the house. They just stick a bunch of celebrities in. Last year, they took the Civilian series down a number of days. It's basically OTT size now, as compared to it used to be, 80, 90 or something, and now they're doing 60 something. I don't know how long the Civilian series will be this year, but then Celebrity will roll on right after it. So the pairs they're looking for is for their Civilian series. They do lots of different twists. Last year they had the, Secret House with the others and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with these pairs. Are the people going to be playing in the house as pairs? Are we going to be evicting pairs? Are you going to be nominated against your pair? I think there's a lot of different realms they can go with this. So it'll be interesting to see even what kind of pairs they come up with. But we see a lot of pairs on UK already. Every year there's like a set of twins, or we got Jedward and Spidey. It's not uncommon for two people to be one house guest over there. So it'll be interesting to see how they twerk it. And then the rumors are next Celebrity UK is also like a returnee all-star celebrity, and it could have some more BBUK CBB alumni. So that will be interesting to see as well.
I'm just really disappointed that the producer in me didn't ride this wave more, and I should have thought to say to you before the show started that the way we should have ended this show was made people think that we were going on, and it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect because I'll be with Super Bowl Sunday. We could have had radio silence for one day and make the whole world talk about us. And then I thought, I don't care about that. It is.
I did that on BB18 though. When everyone kept saying I was going in, I went on like Twitter blackout for 5 days just to troll everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Yep. Sorry, you just reminded me of something else that we're not allowed to talk about. Fingers crossed Tiffany comes back. Obviously, I know you want Tiffany to come back. Yes. If she would play again. Mm-hmm. Do you think she would play again?
I think Tiffany will do it for the money again. And I believe I saw a tweet that's saying she was asked for this season, but the scheduling did not work for her. God knows what else she is doing, but I'm sure New York is out here working, doing something. So I would like to see Tiffany back. I obviously think that she is a great character.
Lastly, Amy in the chat room says last year they actually ended up cutting the Civilian series short to get the Celebrity one starting because there wasn't doing
Civilians.
that.
Yeah, no, and the weird thing about the Civilian series last year too is they cast a lot of pseudo celebrities, almost people that could apply to be in the Celebrity Big Brother house. Actresses, and Marco, the first evictee of last season's, his dad is someone famous, and I mean it was sort of like celebrity light to begin with. We had Letitia from the Valleys and stuff, but yeah, they canceled it early and pushed up the celebrity one. And obviously, I think that's the celebrity one that had Tiffany, so we all loved it.
We did. We all love Big Brother, and we have so much more Big Brother coming for all of you. This is not the end at all. Oh no, it's not. I'll say, we're live every single night of the week. Well, not Jason and I mean, Reality Recaps is live every single night of the week on YouNow, so make sure you subscribe here. We're starting Canada.
Yeah. You see these Canada rumors. I just read the list today. I hadn't seen these all-star rumors for Canada yet, and I just saw them today, but I think that they have to be so wrong. Like, I love all my Canada people, but some of those have to be wrong. There's no way Ica can be an alternate, and there's no way that they're giving us back Rochelle, but not Sabrina. I fucking hate Sabrina, but Sabrina was much better TV.
Okay, well, wait. Before we tell them our big surprise announcement, let me say this. Seems to be fixing my camera. Okay, Jason, I really appreciate all of the support that you guys give us for the show. You guys sharing it, liking it, commenting on YouTube, sharing it with your friends, downloading it places, giving us 5-star rating in iTunes, thumbs upping and subscribing on YouTube. It really is a great way to help support our shows. Following on YouNow. I just want to say I appreciate all of it. We love all of the support that we get. I know other places do tons of ads during their shows. We don't do that here. We really rely on you guys to support us. So if you enjoyed this show, if you want us to keep doing more stuff like this for you guys, some great ways you can do it totally for free is if you have any shopping to do on Amazon, just start at yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more. We get a little bit. It totally helps us out. Or if you love audiobooks, which if you don't, you should totally check out audiobooks. Try our free one. You get one totally free if you sign up at yourrealityrecaps.com/Audible. But look, I get it. Some of you, like Jason, have thousands and thousands of dollars at your disposal. Well, then become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, shows just for patrons, things we can't talk about publicly. We talk about in the patron group and on patron shows, prize giveaways, your questions asked, and it really helps support us on a monthly basis. Or if you just want to do a one-time thank you for these Celebrity Big Brother shows, you can do a one-time donation anytime at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. But sincerely, with all of the shows we have coming up, a new one every single night, reality recapping shows, all of your guys' support is really appreciated. Apparently, this camera does not like when I hold it up with white. I don't know. It did not like when I tried to white balance it. Here, wait, ready? Boop. Okay, back. Fix yourself, camera. All right, we'll just wait a second and wait for it to fix itself. Yeah, I've heard these rumors.
Yes.
I have also heard the rumors. Very interesting with the rumors. I don't know that I can say much more about the rumors.
I don't know nothing, but it will be interesting to see. So I'm excited for Big Brother Canada as always. Narissa kills it, and my girl Robin Cass over there, she kills it. Canada be on it. They are always so quality.
I love Cat. I mean, Arissa, I feel like Arissa makes the entire season.
She is one of my favorite hosts. No shade to Julie Chen, because Julie Chen is a sweetheart. But Arissa really is out here in the social media and with her opinions and stuff. And it's good to see a host like that.
Yeah.
Kind of as Davina McCall used to be. Emma is a little bit, but Davina used to be like really out there when it was on. So Arissa kind of gives me Davina tease.
Yeah. I'm so... I don't want to get... I'll say this. Watch. I'll say this. I'm going to actually try and do this. Hold on. Let me see if this works. No. I don't know why my camera is being stupid right now. I thought maybe it would like rebalance or something. Whatever. I'll say we're officially covering Canada again this year, so we'll have exit interviews. We're doing 24/7 recap. So I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm just not commenting on anything.
Okay, that's fine.
But yes, so we're covering that. What else do we cover? We're covering Hunted, which is another great CBS show. We're doing Bravo Housewives blogs, and I feel like I'm forgetting something, but we're live every night of the week. Just make sure you subscribe here on YouNow and check out our website. If that's not enough, Jason...
Yes.
You will not let the OTT horse die. You just keep wanting to stick it in our face. No, I'm kidding. Everybody loves it. Of course,
I can't wait till I'm done watching them, though. I can't wait.
So what episode are you up to right now?
I just watched episode 7 the other day, I believe. So Danielle has been evicted now, so we're kind of at the tail end of it. So sometime over the course of this week, I will do another YouNow, and I'll watch episode 8 and then chug along from there.
Perfect. He's just not going to do it on Thursday.
No Thursday.
Right. Thank you, chat room. Drag Race. Drag Race is the other show. Do you watch Drag Race?
I used to watch Drag Race, and then I did not have Logo for a very long time, and now I do watch a little bit of it like online, or I try to catch up with some of the seasons that everyone tells me, oh, you need to see this one. So I saw the cast listing of all the new girls, but I have not. If it's already premiered, I have not seen it.
No. They do the weird thing where they release the cast and they're like, and we're still not telling you when the show starts. So just keep checking our website every 5 minutes to get us more hits. I hate that shit. So no, they're not telling us when it's premiering yet. But anything else new and in the works for you at the moment, Jason, or just that?
Same old shit. Hopefully I'll be moving next month, so I am just trying to, tie up all my loose ends over here. So yeah, same old shit for me.
I still say you need to do something before you leave for your fans.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what I can do. We'll try to come up with something. My mother is throwing me a going away party, and that is even too much to deal with. So maybe I'll just tell my fans to roll up to that.
You should tell them that. Or I was going to say, you should just be like, this weekend I'm going to Foxwoods. If anyone wants to say goodbye and buy me a drink, that's where I'll be.
Hey, buy me a drink part? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they would throw some going away party for you at the Foxwoods. I kind of like how white I am.
Yeah, it's working for you? Okay,
that's racist. We don't like it. Where can people find you, Jason, aside from all of the links that are going to be below this video?
You can find me on Twitter, on YouNow, on Snapchat, on Insta. You can find me on everything. You know I'm out here, boy.
Yes, you are. And that's all for now, chat room. We will see you guys back again later. Of course, make sure you're following Jason here in YouNow so you know when he goes live on YouNow and does his shows. And I will probably see you guys back here later tonight. Bye, everybody.
Peace out, hookers.
Bye. Da-da-da-da, and we're out.
Oh.